let's get started here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Navigator Business Solutions Customer Experience webinar. We're super excited to welcome our partner Applications Platform to present their Customer Portal and PIM. It's a unbelievable solution. We're super excited about it. So with that, let me turn it over to Chris Mikulchuk from Applications Platform, and he will guide us through the demo. Just really quick before Chris, before you take over, everyone is placed on mute, and the reason for that is there GoToWebinar has some crazy echoing from time to time, and also to cut down on background noise. So we're going to go through the presentation. At the end of the presentation, we're going to leave a little time for questions. So if you have any questions, just in the sidebar GoToWebinar that should be on your screen, there's a questions chat box. There's a questions and there's also a chat box, but just utilize the questions one, and we'll monitor that. And again, we'll save all questions for the end. And then if we don't by chance get to some questions, we'll follow up with folks. And also this is being recorded, so we will present this or provide a link to it so you can watch it later. All right, Chris, it's all yours.
Right, thanks very much, Jack. As Jack said, my name is Chris Mikulchuk. I'm head of cloud sales for Applications Platform, and I'm sitting here in Portsmouth, UK. Excuse me, I've just got a croak in my throat. Yeah, very excited to be working with Navigator. What we're looking to do in this session is to give you an introduction to the application platform framework, which is a very modern low-code development platform, rapid application development platform that will enable you to sort of get to market quicker and actually, get benefits from dealing with customers, suppliers, and various other people through portals and some of the applications that can be built with this. Very strong point is really it's integrating with the SAP suite, and also, of course, with Navigator, with Luxodo, their new WMS. So, we're very excited to be working with those guys. What I'm going to do is probably spend about 1 minute, just positioning what application platform is and where it sits, and then I'm just going to go into a quick show tell. Show you a portal, go through what people use portals for from a business to business perspective, which is lots and lots of different things and what you can do, but show you some of the templates. I'm also going to introduce you to our product information management application, the PIM, how it's used in the portal and how people use it in a wider sense to integrate with e-commerce platforms and whatever. So the most important question really is, how do we want to engage, or how do clients want to engage with us today in the world? So why use a portal? Why a portal? If you actually think that the key thing is to give the client a much more friendly, much more better experience of doing business with us, making it easier for them, giving them access to more information than just by sending emails or phone calls or whatever, but effortlessly share that. But most importantly, of course, allowing the customer to do self-serve in a modern way. The clients are very B2C clients are very used now to using e-commerce platforms, Amazon, eBay, Shopify, multiple e-commerce platforms. More and more people, every single discussion I have is around a portal. How do I get how do I get my invoice data? How can I pay for a bill? How can I place an order for online? How can I do these types of things? So, portals are becoming more important. in how people transact and relate to people. The trouble that you have is that a lot of that data is in back-end systems. So we all know whether it be SAP, whether it be a WMS, whether it be folders that have documents and the like. If we want to service that information up to customers through a portal or through other means, it's very, very difficult and very, very time consuming. So effectively, integration plays an incredibly important role within this. An application platform is a cloud-based framework that allows us to push and pull data from back-end systems such as Luxodo or SAP, and present that information via a portal into to customers or suppliers or other people through that. The portal is an extension of application platform. Application platform itself is a modern framework. It's very much a sort of point and click type scenario. It's not one of these environments where you're having to write myriads of code. It's incredibly customizable. It's incredibly configurable. So we spend more time on configuration rather than build or code. It's a low code platform. Because it's a modern platform, it has all of the security elements that you would expect. So when somebody logs onto a portal, they may be using single sign-on, multi-factor authentication, i.e. you get a text message to say, do this, the captcha type scenario. It's got all of that security built in as you would expect. Equally, it's mobile compliant. So, if you want your customers or your employees to, be able to view their invoices or place orders, via their mobile devices, then, the platform is compliant. And as a modern platform, equally, it will have, the ability to, if you want to trade with China or other nationalities, it is local and language friendly or script friendly. To give you some idea, when I say it's highly configurable, this is really, as a business, we've used, we build underlying templates that Navigator can use, but people style them in different ways. So, here are just some examples about how people are actually styling the platform. The general underlying functions and structures are the same. So I'm going to sort of introduce you to some of these areas, and I'm going to go through some of the things that people ask us from a client portal. But equally, this could be a supplier portal or some form of field service portal or whatever. It doesn't really matter. We're presenting information that you as a business requires to show. So as I go on, one of the things at the end of this, Sean and Jack and Kevin have this deck, so they can share this with you. I'm not going to go through a PowerPoint. I'm going to go straight into the applications, but they can share this deck, which has a lot of what I'm going to cover in the presentation. So let's just go straight into a customer portal. So this is an example of our client portal template. Whatever you see here is incredibly customizable. The look and feel you'll see, as we go through how different people take these underlying areas and deal with it. Generally, people have some form of menu system, effectively showing them the types of things that they want their customers to deal with. Equally, very important in today's world is about data, is about dashboards, is about reporting. So as a business, we have people who want to show different sorts of data in different ways. So the platform itself has its own charting and reporting elements. But equally, if you're using, business information BI type tools such as Tableau, Click, Power BI, you can equally embed, because it's a modern platform, as long as you've got the right licensing, you can embed that type of information. So you're giving customers information in various ways. And what you'll see as I go through this presentation is in different areas of what we've built as templated business solutions, you'll see lots and lots of different styles of dashboards and whatever. Information is pretty key. So very often what you've got is some form of menu structure, and I'm going to go through some of these just by way of example. What you have is, these are what we call objects. Objects are like tables in databases, but effectively, they're what they say they are. So we're going into various things. So I'll start with what people may want. So from an accounting, finance, sales perspective, it might be about when a customer logs on, can he see his own products? Can he actually set permissions for what people can see within his organization? Can he self-serve? Can he set people up? And the answer is, of course, yes. It may be about setting, they may have multiple branches, multiple delivery addresses, these types of things. So, can I create these? Can they go through some approval process? Can I change data? But can it be in a controlled fashion, so there's security around it? So, portals are this type of, people are using it for these types of scenarios. Equally important is, we're living in a world whereby what we don't want to do is, we don't want to, from a marketing perspective or from an accounting or a sales perspective, we're sending out onboarding forms, we're sending out, documents that we've got to mishandle. So more and more, we're looking for an eco-friendly solution. So the ability to sort of put questionnaires within the system, whether it be adding rows or building this type of solution, or you can start to push through. So here I've got an example of an onboarding solution. I knocked this together. Here's something where I've got some form of marketing questionnaire, which I can push through a portal. I'm doing it in a structured way, using a questionnaire builder within the platform. But equally, what it's doing is that it's saving us time in terms of not having to send out paper. We could get customers to maybe fill in questionnaires, maybe filling onboarding type scenarios, or that type of thing. So people are using the portal for this type of scenario. The next section I'm going to go through is, I really want transactional data. So it could be that, what I want to do within a portal, and again, don't worry about what this looks like, because, if you want to bring data, you have different views, have different search criteria. This really would come out with your discussions with the navigator, and it's very easy to present through this. So in this instance, if I just want to see an invoice, these invoices could be coming from, well, these are actually coming from SAP. I could see the detail associated with it. I might want to download a PDF, and again, templates and how you want things to happen or to look like. You can do that within the portal. But it's the ability of the customer to physically, pull their data from that. So, invoices, credits, show details, show the PDFs, the ability to raise a query. You may have, customer may have a query associated with that. So through a portal, we have customers who are doing all those types of things. So, one of the things around centralizing invoicing, for example, is you're saving on post emailing. It may take 3 days to get to that customer through email or before they look at it. Within a portal, it's instance, and that data's coming through integration from, in your instance, SAP and the like. Equally, credit notes and payments. Very, very often, it's about how do I pay? Can I make it easier for customers to pay a bill? Cash is king. So as long as we connect to multiple integration points. So if I wanted to pay these bills, I could be using some form of payment gateway. In this instance, an American gateway. Obviously, it's not my credit card, and it does help if I actually put my number in there and my name in there. But again, the ability for customers to pay their bills, whether it be through a payment gateway, we could add very, very quickly into the platform. These types of things. We already, with customers, are integrated with Stripe, WorldPay, SagePay, PayPal, GoCardless, and quite a number of American ones, Authorized.net, clearing systems and the like. So very, very much, making the ability to pay bills is really important. Or download statements. So a lot of customers want to that ability to just physically download a statement or the history of a particular invoice or some invoice trail. So transactional data is coming from an integration back to SAP through that integration and being shown through a portal. The next areas that really plays a part is about order management. Where's my order? So if I'm into some form of ordering system, where is it in the process? Can I what's happened to this order? Can I physically print it? Can I use it as can I clone this order when I'm coming back to do a reorder? Can I print some form of details, order acknowledgement? Can I see where it is in the process? All of these types of things that customers want. Can I track it? So, order tracking, for example, where is it in the process? So, you've placed an order on Navigator, it's in SAP, it's being processed. Integration can sort of inform you at various stages. What status is that order at? Is it being confirmed? Is it actually being picked? Is it being shipped? Where is it in? Have they actually got a courier? And therefore, can I go to that courier and see through a portal where it is? So very often, all we're doing as a business is, with the ability to track, details or orders, is really just asking you, which couriers do you use? We currently, in the States, it's slightly different from the UK, but you use shipping aggregators like Kebex or various other people like Ship Engine or so as long as we've got some form of link to the ones that you want to use, we can add them into the portal. Luxodo will be generating a reference number, and we can display that to the customer so they can get those updates on their deliveries. So very, very important about what's the state of my order, what's being shipped, when's it going to appear? I've got an issue with it. Equally, the ability to do an RMA or a return. you know, select a delivery note, select an invoice, select an item, and push through a portal back to those types of people. So in terms of order management, you know, I've got an order that's coming that's in play within Luxodo, within SAP. I want to see that every stage of the way within a portal. You know, can I do those types of things? But equally, it's not just about what's the stage of my order. It's about the ability to place an order. So more and more people are physically looking at, you know, how can I actually place an order through a portal? And if you think about it, you know, we're more and more as a world used to e-commerce type scenarios. And one of the challenges for any business is about upsell and actually displaying more information, you know, through a business-to-business type portal than the like. So in this instance, what you can see is, and this, by the way, I knocked up in about half an hour with about 10 products in our PIM. This is where we're using the PIM, but we're displaying that information in the portal and other places. But, you know, in this instance, you can see I can show multiple images. You know, I won't launch it because it will go, but I could launch a video. I could download some information, you know, about this type of scenario. I could push, you know, benefits. I can show more detail, show links. So I can give the customer a much richer experience, something that they're used to in dealing with that. So I can start to deliver up more information, you know, from our PIM into a portal that gives them a richer experience of building. And at the end of this, I'm going to move into the PIM so you can see how this is built, but I'm just sort of following a particular path here. Equally, you know, as we go through, you know, the system has to be able to cater for different pricing structures. You know, different customers will have different pricing applied to them from their suppliers or their customer. You know, you'll have your customers where you've got different price lists. So you've got to be able to show that pricing in the portal. And you know, the system allows for this. So in this instance, you know, we're actually seeing you know, some form of tiered pricing. So I just add that to the cart. You know, I'm actually getting at that price coming from the system. From Luxodo and SAP, I may want to show stock figures within the system. So in this instance, you know, through integration from SAP, it might be that you want to show it as out of stock. You might want to show stock by specific branches or whatever. All of this is possible. This is really about what's your business process, you know, how do you want to display that information? But the ability is there to show this information through a portal. So I might just add that to the cart. So, you know, this ability to show types of information like this is quite important. What equally we can do, so if I just choose something else within here, so we've got a tire here, tractor tire. In this instance, you know, if we've all bought tires for our cars, very often, you know, they'll ask you for cheaper equivalents or different styles of tire. So in this instance, you know, I'm just showing a related item or an alternative here. You know, I could have a lot more detail associated with this. I'm showing my pricing. If you buy two, I apologize, by the way, that it's in pounds, but I didn't actually change this to US dollars, which I forgot to do. So I apologize for that part. Equally, you know, people, different companies, we're used to, so if I go into my fashion section, you know, you may be dealing in variance. So in this instance, I'm not sure which ones, these will all have variance of size. So here, you know, I want to buy size 8. You can see the, you know, the quantities changing. These elements are changing. If I go into something where I've got a little bit more, so you know, we're buying a sweater. You know, I want to choose a green one. You know, I can flip through some information. You can see my attributes down here are changing. So again, the PIM is coordinating this type of information back into the portal. And as I change this, you know, I've got different stock quantities being changed within this. You know, again, I can show multiple images and whatever. And remember, this is very much like a you know, giving that customer, your business to business customer specifically, a much richer engagement in how they place orders. So if we go to the cart, again, don't worry about what this looks like, but you know, I can see here I've got my products. You know, I could be selecting my multiple delivery addresses because I'm shipping it to different branches, choosing my shipping methods. And in a minute, I'm going to show you an actual development with a customer that we're through where we're using palletization in this, so you can see how these and some of the other American things that are going on within the portal. But in fact, equally, I could be uploading, my customer knows what he wants to do. So, you know, let's just, he could just send us a list and through the portal. He doesn't want to go through that selection criteria. What he wants to do is, yeah, add some items into it. But in this instance, he's actually put a part in that doesn't exist in the product list. So it informs the customer, you know, well, you can't order it, I'm sorry. You know, you need to sort out your list or contact the company to physically do it. But it's just added those items into the list. So here's my 3 items that I've just added from a spreadsheet within the portal. You know, I could be getting an acknowledgement sent through. So in my email and the like. Sorry, Jack, I'll just come back to that in a second. So I've just received somewhere within this, you know, an email. And again, these are just styled as to what you want. I'm going straight to the portal to see that from an email. So the automation within this. So the ability to place orders or monitor where an order is incredibly important within that. What I wanted to show here is I'm going to sort of share with you something that you know, this is as I've been keep on saying, this is a very customizable environment. So I'm just going to show you, this is a development environment, and what we're doing in this instance is working with a third-party software whereby this is for a manufacturing organization. And what they're doing here is that what they wanted to do is they wanted their customers to be able to fill pallets. So they make ventilation equipment. And if I go to, you know, this, I can actually start to see by selecting products, sending through dimensions, I can start to fill those pallets. Equally, I can push products that are suitable to fill these pallets. So, you know, so as I'm building this type of stuff, I can see that I've got, you know, space here. You know, can I either, how can I push to my customers, you know, extra products that would fill these products, that fill these pallets? So I'm upselling. Not showing here at this moment in time, but equally for you guys, in the States, you've got different tax rules for, your shipping from A to B, in terms of where you're shipping, so tax calculations. So linking to something like Avalara, which is a common one, or TaxJar, where American, where you've got you're shipping from A to B, you need to send the weights, the dimensions and things like that to these people. You want those customers to get the right, to do the right tax calculations and whatever. So you're using aggregators, and we're just in, within a portal with our American clients. We're just saying which ones do you want to use, and we're using that within the system. But this is just showing you some of the sorts of things where people are taking, common type functionality, which is where we're starting from with the Navigator team, and you may have very specific requirements that you want to incorporate within your own portals. And equally, this, although we're showing customer portal here, this could be a supplier portal or some other form. So suppliers coming into a portal and say managing their purchase orders, purchase order generated from SAP Luxodo, from the buyers, showing that in the portal. Can you, if there's a problem, can you update the delivery addresses? That could be immediately pushed back into SAP. It could be the supplier managing the product sets for the PIM. So, have we got all the digital assets? Have we got the safety data sheets and so on? Or can they update their pricing, and in which case those prices are physically pushed through? The last section, and I first of all, I do apologize for rushing through this, because I know I'm on a webinar, so I would take a lot longer time, but I am moving through this at pace. Another area that people are doing is really about, some of the customer service type activity. So the ability to ask a question, to raise a point, could be related to a problem that you've got with a delivery. Sorry, something I forgot to mention. Within portals, it could be that you're updating, through a portal, through a mobile device, whatever, attachments, so proof of delivery, export or import documentation that you actually need, to conduct your business. All of that is very easy to do within the framework, within the application framework, and to add into things like this, into portals like this. So we have a customer, for example, who has a supplier portal, and one of the things that they're doing, they have customers in the Far East. They want the customers to produce the labels, the barcodes, the documentation before it hits this country. They don't want to do it this end. They want the suppliers to do it. So they're using, the portal to do these types of things. From a supplier perspective, service ticketing, it could be that some of your customers may be service orientated customers that have SLAs. So you could set up those SLAs within the element. It could be just a straightforward, we have a query, we have a complaint, we have an issue, with some form of things. And equally, I want to upload some data, into the portal, and just bring that through. I should have just not dragged it, although there is drag. So just bring that through, make a comment into this. This is now obviously going off into some back-end system, but through a portal, being able to manage these types of scenarios. So just to recap, You know, portals are used for many, many different things, and it's all about sort of giving the customer an easier route to do business with you. It's facilitating the customer to, get hold of information from your back-end systems, get hold of information from your business, to ask you questions in an easier fashion, 24/7, 365 days. Share information with you, but equally from your perspective and from our perspective, it's about upselling. How can I do more business with this customer? If they've got a better experience with us, then that's really a good thing. Equally with our suppliers. I'm going to quickly move into the PIM. Just to let you know, application platform is a framework. So even though we're building business applications, business areas, all of these things are interlinked. So they're not separate. It's to some extent, and Jack will correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like Luxodo and SAP. The guys have built a warehousing management system, an excellent warehousing management system that I've seen, that we can integrate with, into SAP, into the various SAP, and the portal is really an extension of that. Application platform is an extension of that. So through integration, we can push and pull data, which is really good. But if I just take a look at, say, some of the product sets, I'm not going to go through this in much detail anymore because I'm conscious of time. But I'm going to give you a quick feel for how some of this looks. So if I take my half hour of work on the SkyMaster binocular element, which I think Sean sent me, so here we've got some form of, and again, this is what we mean by low code. So it doesn't matter what this looks like. I'm going to show you something that is using exactly the same technology, but looks totally different from that. It's a highly configurable area. So, we've got our descriptions, we've got language ability within this, our attributes, so we have attribute configurators. Now, just as a matter of interest, in my system, I'm dealing with multiple different types of things. So attributes are different for different industries. So our configurators allow us to just show based on categories or whatever, those types of attributes. I'll come back to variants. So the system has to cater, e-commerce platforms. It needs cater for variants. So you want to show that in a portal as well. Related products, how do I upsell? How do I say frequently bought together? All of these types of things that you want to push to customers. Tags, are used. So if I was in a Shopify environment, for example, they don't use categories. You've all seen it when you go onto a reseller. You can find products in different ways in an e-commerce scenario. So the system has to enable you to do that type of thing. So again, the PIM allows it to happen. Digital assets, how do I get all my digital assets up? So the ability to bulk. I may be integrating with a digital catalog. I do catalogs twice a year. We have some food companies over here in the UK. They use the PIM to extract all of the information, including images, pricing, and whatever. Through an API, we're sending it to a catalog maker. So we have to be able to do that. System pushing or pulling pricing, different price structures from an external source. We have customers who are monitoring sources, so we need to hold that data. Who supplies it for our supplier portals or whatever. Bringing stock in so we can show it in the portal. So integrating with Luxodo, with different warehouses, integration, showing that information into here. The start of the process, some form of product lifecycle management. So before you're seeing probably these dashboards up here. So these are highly configurable. So in this instance, we may not want this product, if we're starting it, to go on a website unless we've got all of the details. So we can start to build product lifecycle stuff here. So I quickly put something together. Here's a business case sign off for this product. The development team needs to do something that's assigned to me. Marketing images. I'm very simplistic in terms of this demo, but can get very complicated. Work processes, and then you can set workflows up that allow you to just this goes into something. Channels to us are things like, where does this, if I'm managing everything in the PIM, I need a lot more information than I do into an ERP system. An e-commerce platform needs a lot more. So, once I've got all of my information, I need to integrate that. So in this instance, this is just a product that I briefly put into our demo area as part of this system. If I made changes or whatever, if I'm logging in, I am. You can see that it's taken, some of the stuff that we've integrated into it, and then, so making changes in the PIM, I might have 15 different websites. I'm just enabling that website, setting off some integration points to enable me to just bring this up. And you can see, we're bringing up images and various other things. So pure demo, but if I went into, this is exactly the same PIM, but you can see how a customer has styled it differently in a demo environment. Got multiple elements. Here's where's the channels? So here, they're integrating to their ERP system, for example, both ways. They've got different websites for different things, but equally what they're doing is you can start to see how they've started to change, the layout, the look and feel, and the like. So this type of scenario is how people use. We have people who are across all sorts of industries, from construction right through to fashion, through to food, through to classic retailers, distributors. Just like, and the beauty is the synergy between the ERP, SAP, and a warehouse management system, which is doing all the hard work, all the transactional data, and allowing customers to see things. So everything is auditable. So last part, this very last part. So there's a full audit trail for everything that you're changing. So I'm now coming to an end. So Jack, Sean, if you want to kill this, I'm not sure if I took the 45 minutes, but.
No, you did a fabulous job getting so much information into such a short period of time. Thank you so much. As everyone can see, this extension can be very powerful, cover lots of things, and Jack and Kevin will reach out to each of you to follow up and see how Navigator can help you. As Chris said, sell more product to your clients and your customers. A couple of quick questions, Chris, and we'll give people time back in their day. One of the top questions that came in was how customizable. You mentioned customizing my portal. Can it look and feel pretty close to a client's website?
Yeah. That's more about styling.
Yeah.
So, and branding. So one of the things when we're building portals with customers is that discussion about look, because the look and feel is important.
Okay.
Now, and
Yeah.
what you'll see within here, as I said, is examples that Jack and Kevin have.
Excellent. And then a quick question was, is there a supplier portal demo available? We will get one put together for you. Kevin and Jack will absolutely help coordinate that. So our clients, Navigator clients can see a supplier portal. But
yes, the answer is yes, but we're right. We're actually enhancing that quite a lot at this moment, but it shouldn't be long.
And one more quick question, so we don't go too far into people's day. So can we get clients to upload files via the portal?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think I've demonstrated that in a number of places. You can upload files very easily. So just choose your
that
file.
one. I know we stretched our executive timeline a little bit further, but again,
sorry guys,
pointed out there are so many options that can be worked on, tweaked, customized, and configured. We want to leave it there. Chris, thank you very much from Navigator and from our clients. And if there are any additional questions, we'll make sure Kevin and Jack communicate directly with you and get the opportunity to see something more specific to your needs directly with you. With that, again, thank you. Have a great day, Chris.
all right, cheers guys.